It's Friday, January 31st, just following up on the SPY after buying calls here on bar number 2. You can see we are continuing higher. We do have an ultimate target possibly up here to this blue line, which is the weekly high. I'll show you that in a minute again. But for now, as we work up towards a target with a nice space for volatility, that's kind of the trades I like. So I'm able to scale out before that target's hit to set up an overage trade. I bought the 607 calls at 535. I just scaled out at 6. They're asking 612 right now, so it's all a no-risk trade. Hopefully, you never know for sure on a Friday what's going to unfold, but hopefully we just, as we head up, any red bars here are orderly, and we make a couple of push. Even if we don't hit that target, hopefully we make one push up here in the morning, which we're doing, some kind of pause if it develops, and then a second push up. That's kind of what I'm looking for directionally. But again, the context was in play, as I've been discussing all week, that once we gap down and open the week higher for 2 days, we hit the midpoint of the prior week into this gap. We were going to either fail there or come down. Yesterday we had a potential failure of the inside bar. I discussed how I bought puts, and then once I saw it hold the midpoint of that, I took small gains on those puts. And now, once we kind of then start up today, it shows we're not failing at the midpoint, and we have that target up towards the weekly high, an outside week where we kind of took out the low of the week, came through the midpoint, and then hitting the high. So, we will see if we get there. It's definitely a strong market at the moment. The weekly chart looks like it wants to end up green, which could lead to a little more follow through higher into next week. Should we get to that, high, it is broadening action at all-time high, so that could be a little tricky in terms of, are we at exhaustion risk again, just like we were up here the first time and we came down a little bit, but we'll get into that more next week. But for now, definitely the only thing you consider, price action-wise, in my opinion, was to buy the SPY here early. Had context to head higher, especially after pausing for the last couple of days at the middle here and now starting up again towards the target. So, pretty good trade here. And again, I like the way you have a target up here and you have enough space to be able to scale out and kind of set up a no-risk scenario as you work to that target. So we're definitely moving higher, looking good right now. I can see the options are 535 scaled out at 6, and now they're asking 621 or so. So we're getting close to a point higher on that, which is a nice trade given this kind of opening price action. So we will just see kind of where it goes for the rest of the morning or rest of the day, and how, again, this weekly chart ends up. And, it looks like expectations are higher, not only for today, but a little bit into next week as well.